Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing polishes that I wore with you in August and September. It has been an absolute roller coaster of a couple months for me, so I didn't make it around to filming August's what I wore video, and now we are mid-October and I am finally filming August and September. So it is going to be a little bit of a lengthy one. I didn't wear too many polishes, but I do want to kind of chat chit while I am doing this. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if something is currently available, I will link it in the description box. And if it's no longer available, I will at least link the brand site. That way you can check out what else they had to offer if you were interested. So at the beginning of August, we were getting into the routine of starting school. We kind of had a hectic and stressful summer. So I do have a little teammate running in and out, by the way. It was a hectic and kind of a stressful summer, so I wanted something a little bit more fun for the start of school and then just kind of cheer me up at that point. So I pulled out Hocus Pocus Party from Painted Polish by Lexi. So this is a white crelly and it's got a just multitude rainbow of metallic micro glitter. I see pinks, blue, gold, yellow, brown, black, just an absolute fun party on the nails, and this was absolutely gorgeous. I did end up doing 3 coats of this for full coverage, and I was very happy with that. I probably could have stopped at 2, but I knew I was going to be wearing this for an extended period of time, and if I see a bald spot, I will take it off immediately, so I did do that. I did also use the KB Shimmer Glitter Smoothing Base top coat before using my fast dry top coat, just to make sure I didn't have any kind of texture with this. This is also glitter, so it is going to be very difficult to remove, especially because there is a lot of it and it is on the smaller side of things. So overall, I was very happy with this manicure, but the school year did not start out wonderful for us. But in my swatch photo, you are going to see 3 coats of Hocus Pocus Party from Painted Polish by Lexi in a glossy top coat. The next manicure I wore is for Crying Out Cloud from Noodles Nail Polish. This was one of their clear-based glitters, but it's got a boatload of different like aqua glitters. It also has white glitters, and then it's accented with silver holographic glitter. We were going out of town for the weekend whenever I wore this one. We went to my parents' for the weekend. My husband was helping them build a bunch of different golf carts, so I wanted something sturdy that I knew would, again, last a little bit longer. This is a clear base glitter, so I didn't have 100% opacity, but I did go into that knowing it, and I do absolutely swoon over Noodles Nail Polish's clear base glitters, so I was very happy with this. I did end up doing 2 coats and I was very happy with the opacity. If you want full coverage on a clear base glitter like this, you could sponge it on or add maybe 3 or 4 coats, but I really like the look of a bare naked natural nail with just a glitter on top of it, so I loved this. Again, I did go in for that glitter smoother underneath my regular top coat just to make sure it was nice, plump, glossy, and zero texture on my nails. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of For Crying Out Cloud from Noodles Nail Polish in a glossy top coat. So my last 2 manicures for August, I didn't intend on wearing for as long as I did, but I just didn't have a whole lot of time to paint my nails and switch around manicures. But my next one is Golden Hour Glow from Morgan Taylor. This is a orangey gold, kind of marigold base with a very strong green gold shimmer. This is more of a kind of like metallic-y finish to it, so I had some brush strokes through it whenever it was fully dried down, but I'm not mad at that. It really, as I was getting like fall collections and Halloween collections in, this is something that I knew it was August, but just had to put on my nails for whatever reason. And at the beginning of me wearing it, I was very happy. I really, really liked this for a couple days. Now, I wore it for about 10 days and I don't know if I'll ever see it again. It had a really good formula. I did 2 coats for full coverage. The shimmer that's in here, this like metallic-y, greeny gold thing, stood out very, very nicely, but after a while it just kind of dulled on me, so it wasn't as, and I don't know if it was just me getting tired of the nail polish, but it wasn't as like glowy and bright by the end of it as I had remembered when I first put it on. So I don't know if I'll wear this one ever again, but it was pretty at the beginning of my 10-day stint with it. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Golden Hour Glow from Morgan Taylor and a glossy top coat. The last manicure I wore in August is Frenchie from Zoya. This is just a kind of putty colored cream. It's got like pinky hints to it, but it's really kind of a standard color that I wear often. I wanted, after so much like fun popping glitters and colors and shimmers and brightness, I wanted something just a little bit more subtle and subdued. So at the end of August was Cooper's birthday, and I fully intended on doing something else, but again, I just couldn't make it around to taking my nail polish off. A lot of just other personal stuff has been happening, and I haven't really been I think I've been in my nail polish room for maybe 5 hours out of the last 2 months. So I just haven't had the headspace for it. So I just wanted something that I knew was like gonna get me through the end of the month, and this was it, and I was very happy with this. So in my swatch photo, you're gonna see 2 coats of Frenchie and a glossy top coat. Moving on to September, we had some pretty fun things that I wore in September, but it was only 3 manicures again. I just have not gotten back into like the headspace of wanting to paint my nails too often. But the first one that I pulled out is Merida from Zoya. This is another kind of solid staple. I've reached for this a handful of times in my time of ownership with it, and it's never disappointed. This is an emerald green holographic. The holographic that's in here reads more like holographic flakes, where in like super dim lighting, it looks like a tiny silver microflake, but then in the sun, or like even in my indoor lighting, my camera lighting, it definitely reads holographic, and I think it's just really beautiful, and I would love it if Zoya would come out with these like all the time. There was something going on that I picked this polish for specifically, but I can't remember what it is. But whatever it was, I did wear it for a very extended period of time. So in my swatch photo, you are gonna see 2 coats of Merida and a glossy top coat. Also, these are holographic, kind of like flakes, so I didn't have any kind of texture and I didn't have any trouble with removal. A very beautiful, easy to work with 2-coat formula. The next manicure I wore is a combination manicure. So I started off with 2 coats of Arcana from Starly. This is a multi-chrome magnetic polish from them. I have a handful of those and I love them, especially when paired with the topper that I'm going to talk about in just a second. But Arcana is a black jelly base, and it's got a kind of orange or gold to orange to red multi-chrome magnetic. So when you hit it with the magnet, everything around it kind of turns black, except this line, what shifts, or whatever pattern you use with your magnetics. I just used the bar magnet, so it's just a line across my nails. And that line shifts from the red to the orange to the gold, and it is beautiful. It looks very fiery on your nails, and it had an amazing formula. I did end up doing 3 coats because I wanted as deep of a base in that black as possible, because I knew I was topping it off with Arana and Stars, and this is not the first time I've included this in my monthly wears, and it definitely won't be the last. This polish has had some pretty serious use to it, considering this is a topper, so you put 1 coat of it over whatever you're wearing, or at least I do. So it's had some pretty serious use, but Arana and Stars, this is a clear base polish, and then it has holographic microflakes through it, and whenever it's very sparse, but I feel like whenever you layer it over something dark, hence why I wanted as dark of a background color as possible. Whenever you layer it over something dark, it really gives like a night sky vibe. But whenever I wear this, usually in that kind of mood, I do like the blues and the purples and the greens to kind of do the Aurora Borealis thing. And I wanted to change it up, and I really liked this combination. So that was a very long-winded explanation as to why I chose this, but this was an absolutely stunning combination, and I will hands down in a heartbeat wear this again. So in my swatch photo, you are going to see 3 coats of Arcana and then 1 coat of Stars, both from Starly, and all topped off with a glossy top coat. And the last manicure I wore is Zom Beans from my brand Pampered Polishes. This is a thermal, and it goes from a black to a kind of lime bright green, and then it's full of gold flakes. I chose this one for our Halloween Horror Nights excursion this year, and it did not disappoint. I was hot, I was cold, I was wet, I was dry, I was all over the place, and my nails were changing like a roller coaster, and it made me very, very happy. I did do 2 coats of this for full coverage. 2 coats also gave me full coverage in the brighter green warm state, so I was very happy with that. If you work in very, very thin coats, you might end up needing 3 coats of this, but I was very happy with 2. I saw 0 visible nail line. Though I wanted to seal this one off with a matte top coat because I think those flakes would just absolutely pop with a matte top coat, I didn't know we were going to Halloween Horror Nights that night until like 2 hours before we left. So I didn't have time for a matte top coat to dry. Generally with my matte top coats, I like to put a glossy top coat on and then a matte top coat just to kind of avoid like the shrinkage and sometimes the bubbling that you get with certain matte top coats. And I've never quite figured out what makes that happen. So I just always add the glossy top coat first, and I really just didn't have time for everything to dry out together. So anyway, in my swatch photo, you are gonna see 2 coats of Zom Beans and a glossy top coat. Also, I have been experimenting with the prospect of rounding out my nails instead of keeping them square. So I'm gonna throw in a swatch photo of the combination of these 2 with the rounded nails. Let me know what you think. I ended up breaking one already, but honestly, I think they're kind of cute. I don't know if I'll like really commit to it because I do just typically have my square nails and it's kind of a safe zone for me, but I look at my nails rounded, painted all the time with the exception now of, you know, my middle finger that busted, and I really like it. So that was a really long video. I truly appreciate it if you are still here. A lot has been happening and I took kind of like a giant step back from swatching. Still doing it. I just can't, for some reason, commit to getting videos out on time. I don't want to let any makers down or disappoint any makers. So I've been taking on a lot less until I can kind of get my headspace back to normal. And until then, I will post what I can when I can, and things are kind of a little bit late. I know putting videos up, you know, for Halloween collections, you know, a week before Halloween is less than ideal. And I do apologize about that, but I figured it's probably nice to at least see the polishes, even if you don't necessarily get them before Halloween. Maybe not, but maybe it's just more teasy. But I still enjoy, I'm watching swatch videos because I haven't looked at any YouTube videos. I'm watching swatch videos from summer still. So I don't know if everybody feels that way, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Anyway, if you're still around, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys have been wearing in the months of September and August. I always love hearing from you guys and seeing what you guys wore for different seasons, different holidays, all that good stuff. I do actually sit there and look up each polish just because I am a weirdo like that. And let me know what your favorite was from today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you next time.